Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pedro and Hannibal YouTube channel. I'm the late one. It's my fault. Pedro's been sitting there probably for an hour waiting to start the show. I know he's very excited. How are you doing today, sir?
I've been sitting here since 6 o'clock, just like anticipating. I got a hat on. I'm like red. I'm like drink a couple Red Bulls. I'm ready to go. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
That's great to know. Yeah, I had to drive the missus to the train station. So clearly my ADHD ass didn't manage time properly. That's usually a thing with us, our condition. But listen, great weekend, huh? Bears,
Yeah.
Giants winning very terrible games. We
What
didn't know. I mean, I
happened?
think the Bears looked a little better, but Giants they find it. They'll try to find a way to give away that game.
Yeah, they
The one
almost did.
team that
They almost did.
yeah,
Yeah.
the one team that we can beat consistently is the Commanders. So, well, it's fine. Tyron Taylor did his thing, just enough to win.
He did. Yeah, he
But
did.
you have a new guy now. I think you're gonna kick this other guy out, Fields out the curb. So tell me about this
No,
new.
no. I don't even want to hear it. Some people in Chicago have gone mad.
What's his name? Tell him his name. The future
Agent.
quarterback.
Agent. Yeah, I mean, crazy. Listen, shout out to Stevie Wonderful. Appreciate
Oh, what's up?
25,
Appreciate you, Steve.
man.
Oh yeah, so we finally
Yeah,
monetized. So that's frame that. Take a picture.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I'm gonna screenshot.
Where's my I'm gonna take a picture. It's a first.
This is a big deal here.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much.
I'm gonna send it.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see a lot of great people in here from all kinds of communities. But as far as the Bears go, listen, the kid had 65 people, friends and family there. Big deal. He was a Division II, I believe, quarterback. It's an awesome story, but he's not the future of the Chicago Bears. Okay. It's still going to be.
It was a lot of dink and dunking, that kind of thing, which is good.
Yeah, but he did good. He managed the game. We ran the ball, which is exactly what I thought we needed to do. Deontay Foreman had a great game. We ran the ball. Our defense played pretty good. It was the Raiders, so it is what it is. But I'm happy for the W. The Broncos won. The Giants won. A couple of one-team wins won. It's all good. So we're still in the running for that top pick. But it is what it is. Reap what you sow. Appreciate that.
You can click it again. Appreciate you.
I'm happy. I'm happy with the Bears. But
yeah. And Tammy, I don't know if you'll be here long enough, but I would like to talk because we'll be talking about Eli later on, and I actually
we will.
I have a lot to say about it. So I briefly checked out Eli's chat. There was someone that said we said the interview was today and it's clickbait. But if I read, I mean, listen, I am not the smartest guy in the room.
Did we say it was today? I never said.
But if I read the title, it says Coach Eli interview ? Let's clarify some things first. How could someone read that and thought that was interviews today? Like,
no, it's not today. Yeah.
Okay, but if you read that, would you be confused? Like in the chat, do you guys thought that the interview was today? If you read that,
yeah, we didn't mean to. We're not clickbaiting. We didn't. It was more of a question mark.
Yeah, the question mark is the biggest thing. Like,
yeah.
So, if it was an exclamation point, I'd be like, all right, maybe that's some confusion. But it says, let's clarify some things first. So how would that make it today?
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
No, it's definitely going to happen on. Okay. It's happening on Wednesday.
Right.
So that's been, he got back to us. We got back to him. Everything's been very respectful behind the scenes. Everything's been great. No BS. Jamie Gigmom, thank you very much for the 10. So yeah, everything's good. Everything's set up. It's good. We're going to go over some things today because this is no ambush. This is no, I gotcha. This isn't, we're not going to start yelling and screaming at the guy. Like, it's not about that, but we got questions and he's got questions. And I think a lot of you guys are going to be intrigued and entertained by the interview. And at the end of the day, both him and I and Hannibal, we've all said things and made videos. Why not just be on the same damn screen, right? Yeah. We're all men here, right? So I'm really happy actually that he's decided to join us. I think it benefits him. It benefits us. It is what it is. It'll be an interesting night. I have no idea what to expect, but I think it's going to be just fine. I think I know what's going to happen, but I'll save that for later on tonight. So
yeah, we're going to kind of clarify some things so he does not feel that because He's been on a few panels, been on a few lives where it's been a complete disaster. It reminded me of the old school Geraldo Rivera.
Horrible, just horrible.
Chairs are being flown. A lot of people are upset. I don't think anyone's paying attention to the conversation, so it's going to be a little different.
Yes, it's going to be more controlled, a little more. It's going to be a more respectable type of,
right,
more informative. It's not going to be low rent, low budget. You can't hear anybody. People are talking. You got shit in the background. It's not going to be that. It's going to be done a lot more. It's going to be better. So,
and I see your comment, Joe, about certain things. So that's why we're going to kind of bring this, because he's talking about certain things that's happened in the past. So first of all, we're going to discuss what he said in a couple of lives ago about, okay, I want to do this, but these are my terms. Then we'll talk about what he emailed today. It won't be word by word, but there's some changes. But we want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. And also the expectations I have for you guys who are checking out the content and checking out the conversation. We're all going to have to, I don't know the best way to reel it in, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, Pedro brought this to my attention. I saw a little bit of videos about this as well. You know, we love football, obviously, and we love Michael Irvin. I mean, I think he's fantastic. I mean, sometimes I know he's on something. The amount of energy he pushes out in his pores, he's sweating.
Hall of Famer. You gotta love it.
The playmaker.
He's got a lot. Playmaker. Yeah.
So he has a son, and his son is a rapper. Now, no problems with that. Everyone rapping. We all love rap. Rap is amazing, right? It's my favorite genre of music. Yep. The problem is Michael Irvin, I don't know what his net worth is. I don't know if he got broke and made money, but I think he was probably always comfortable. Multi-millionaire. Probably his whole, from 18, 17, whatever he became. His son, and I'm not gonna play the video because it's all about what do you call it? Copyright and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
Claim. But I was maybe we'll see a little bit of his, maybe like a video of him rapping, and you kind of have at least a visual of what he does. Let me see if I can figure out if he's even does he have a page or something like that.
I would imagine he probably does, but I'm not sure. Guys, I haven't seen, but
yeah. I'll put the video of what Michael. Let's just put what Michael said right off the bat. I mean, it felt like he was doing it like he was trying to reach him the way. But before we'll just put it real quick on.
With the smoke, hit your block with a mission, bitch. I'm trying to go. He got hit in the kitchen and he hit the stove. Get the safe, hit the door. Show my face, let him know. Tie his body up and put him right next to his bro. Tie his body up like he ain't W with cold. Bitch, I'm rolling like I'm ballin', put 3 holes in his bone. Let him know I got it on me. Cutting from a distance, I don't miss like I'm Kobe. The AR pistol shooting misses, hit a nigga like I'm police. Burn up on the block, we gon'
So this is his son. This is Michael Irvin's son.
Yeah, called Tired. I couldn't even pronounce the name. He said it. He seemed confused. Like, what is he doing? Like, what is he talking about? So he goes on, I think, Undisputed. He just starts talking about this, and he's basically exposing his son. He's like, wait a minute, you live in a gated community. How are you posting guns and showing money? Like, what happened here? Yeah. So he basically exposed his son for being a liar. Because you're hearing that if you grew up in the suburbs, then you have no idea of what any of that
means. If you're in the suburbs and your dad's multimillionaire and you're not living a hood life, you're not living a trap life, you're not selling dope, you don't need guns to survive on the block. Like, so it's rather ridiculous. I mean, how would he go down that path? Or obviously he's just doing it for, rappers do rap about fake lifestyle. Not all of them are living the life that they're talking about. But why did he have to do that? It's weird.
It seems like he wants to live that very, very attractive, which is not attractive. Like, I tell you, take it for someone who actually lives in the hood like I do. No, I don't want to be here. Like, I'm trying to get myself together. I don't want to be here. I think people who live here do not want to be here. It's not a place to feel like, man, this is great. Like,
you feel like excited to be around.
No, not at all.
No, Hannibal's slightly bougie, so Hannibal he ain't trying.
Which is funny, right? People don't realize it because they hear how I speak and how nerdy I am. I live. I guess my father helped me out with that. He lived that life. He'd been in prison, and he let me know, hey, Hannibal, don't do it. Don't go to jail. It's not fun. You have no control of what's going on. You have to actually use the bathroom. You got to fight. not fun. And I was like, all right, Dad, as I'm playing my video games, no problem. You can see me in jail. But I think I have to be at least a short of Michael Irvin, what he says. I think I put it on the main. Yeah, let me see.
His rap name is Tut Tarantino. If you ever listen to some of his raps, I'm like, oh my God, where does this come from, son? You grew up in a gated community your whole life, but he's rapping my life because we romanticize and fantasize about that old thug life, ghetto life, and all of that stuff. When I got a son.
He says it a little later on in the video. He's like, we did what we had to do to get out of that situation.
Yes.
We didn't do that's now there's people who want to go back. And I don't know if he kind of does a little bit of a slight towards John Morant. Well, not really, but this I got it. Like, why
that's how you took it. That's how you took it.
That's how I took it.
Why are you trying to be like that? And you know, we haven't even spoke about the Mikey Williams thing. I know you know about that.
Yeah.
That's been crazy too, right?
He threw his life away, basically.
He threw his life away. I mean, probably Mikey Williams, by my estimate, even if he was just an average NBA basketball player with his rookie contract, he blew $100 million. He threw away $100 million over the lifetime, and that's his subpar career. He was going to make $100 million, and he threw it away.
Is it possible he can get enough lawyers and find a way to finesse out of this? So he's screwed.
I doubt it. I don't think a team's going to touch him to get drafted. He might play overseas, but he lost at least $100 million for being trying to be a gangster. It's crazy, man. It's you know, and we talk about these on this channel, people portraying something that they are not because they have an idea in their brain of what they want to be or what they think other people want them to be. Right. And these guys are falling into that. Yeah. Right. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Michael Williams he may face 28 years in prison, charged with 6 felony counts of discharging a firearm in April. So he was arrested in April. Damn. Yeah. Discharging a gun at an occupied vehicle.
Yeah.
Why?
He should have just been in the gym, taking care of what he needed to take care of, and getting to the league and taking and making generational money for his family. And it's crazy, man. It's these lifestyles that people want to live. It's weird because these people live in a lifestyle, right? Yeah. They don't want to live it. It's a necessity of life based on your environment or what parents you have or don't have, and your uncles, your cousins, your big brothers. You're into that life. You don't want to be. Most people don't want to be banging and doing that kind of stuff. It's not by choice all the time, right? And the ones that do by choice and do it forever, they're a little psychopath. Like they're psychopaths.
Yeah, you got some ones that they live it and they live that aggressive life, and that's how they communicate with the world. But most of the people who live here do not want to be here. They are suffering. That's why a lot of people out here smoking weed, 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm outside. There's dudes drinking beer. They're yelling, they're fighting, they're screaming, whatever. Like they are living a life that's not. This is a necessity to live. This dude, Mikey Williams, in 2021, he was the first high school athlete to sign the NIL deal.
Yeah. Yep.
And he potentially threw it all the way. And it's sad because a lot of, you see these stories that, certain people, regardless of what you decide, either future basketball star, what happened to future anything, future teacher, future engineer, future whatever, that a productive member of society, it's, even if they finesse it, you're still going to jail. And no one's going to care when you come out.
No.
It's not the same. I mean, they'll find another basketball player to pick up. So, it's unfortunate, but I think there's a good comment here from Barbara. This is what media and culture are pushing on our children, is romanticizing a toxic lifestyle, and kids are now emulating it.
Well, the music that's popular, hip hop is the most. If you go to TikTok or if you go to your pop radio stations, they're playing hip hop. They are romanticizing certain elements of lifestyle. You're not wrong. And I think a lot of people that live a lifestyle listening, a lot of people that don't live a lifestyle are listening and romanticizing it and doing these TikTok dances to it and saying these lyrics and not understanding the context because they're not part of that life, and it becomes popularized. So I think you bring up a pretty good point. I
understand that. And it's money, right? Money is the root of it. It's very, very lucrative. The execs know what artists to push and what, like Ice Spice gets pushed because she shakes her behind.
Yeah.
Nick, Cardi B. You see some of these rappers, you can tell they've been through a lot going on, and that them express themselves, it's fine. Like one of the most important rap songs I always talk about was The Message by Grandmaster Flash with the Furious Five. They were talking about something that was actually happening. Ice Cube, the songs that he put out there, Ice-T, going over to the Wu-Tang. Talking about it is fine. Even kind of talking about what worked and what didn't work.
Yeah.
But when you, Michael Irvin's son, has lived in a gated community in your life, you have an identity crisis.
Yeah.
You don't know who you are. You think this is what you want to be because you never really lived that life where you were scared to leave your house. Pedro's from Chicago. There's places in Chicago where they can't go to the other side of the fucking street.
No, yeah.
And people don't get that. Like
schools with metal detectors and all that. It's crazy.
You can't go to, but imagine that you live in a city and in some part of the city you cannot go because if they see you, you may not live through it. Like it's a big difference that most people who don't live here understand.
Yeah.
I spend my better part of my life in a gang unit. It's terrible how deeply and crazy, and it is a culture.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to all types of crazy rap, and I used to watch the movies. We kind of forget how popular The Godfather is. Scarface. It's not just hip hop is, but gangster life. Al Capone. We romanticize mobsters.
Absolutely. The Sopranos, one of the best shows ever. I love that show. Literally, it's probably the best show ever on TV, in my opinion. But
it's up there.
It's up top 5.
It kind of started a lot of the videos that, like the Breaking Bad. Like if it wasn't for Sopranos, Breaking Bad would not have made it, or The Wire. But we romanticize a lot of Italian Americans making people go missing. Right?
Getting whacking people at Italian restaurants and hiding guns in the back in the bathroom, and Michael Corleone comes out blasting. I mean, it's great. I love those movies.
Gangster shit. I love it.
But that's gangster shit. Michael Irvin's son ain't never got to do that.
No.
He's like, hey, Dad, you got the credit card? I'm gonna take my friends. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, what are you talking about here? Okay. Come on.
Embrace your life, whatever it is, right? Like John Gotti. I mean, John Gotti became the man. He shot up the other boss in broad daylight. Like it's not reality. Even that, it's just going to hold different perspective. So who knows? Hopefully, him getting a little embarrassed by his father. And also, this is what I was going to bring up. Why is he doing that? And why Michael decided to talk about it on Undisputed, which I'm sure they weren't talking about that.
Yeah, that's a weird space to bring that up.
I'm assuming just like most successful people, athletes, whatever it is, CEOs, they're not around a lot to raise their kids. So I'm wondering, should Michael also say, and again, we're just guessing, just speculating, I don't know, that he didn't participate in his son's life enough for him even to be doing that?
Could be. I don't know if he's married with the mom, how long he was in his life, if he's been out of maybe he's been not that close to his son for the last 15, 20 years. We have no idea, right? But he's saying he grew up in a gated community. So that could mean that he was around his son, or maybe the gated community was at his mom's house. So his son has this kind of complex about his dad. We have no idea. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're a fake gangster. I mean, you are. It is what it is.
And also, I'm sure he supplied the means to live in the gated community. So, I'm sure he paid. I'm not necessarily talking about support financially, but I'm talking about being a man. Growing as a man. Maybe he wasn't there enough. Maybe he looked up to other men and wanted to live like that. Clearly, he's not doing anything athletic. He's rapping, which is fine. Rapping is fine. But I'm wondering if Michael Irvin can take accountability of what he could have done differently. And remember, Michael Irvin has but he's been in trouble, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
So he lived a life where he wasn't necessarily following all the rules. Now, he wasn't thugging, obviously. He came from the mud. But
I think he's somewhere in Miami, like a bad part of Miami, like a really rough part of Miami, I think. Right. right? Yeah.
So I understand, him just trying to shake his son, but sometimes when you're not around, you can cause some issues. Yeah, I 100% agree, Big Carl. Raise your son or the streets will.
Depending on your neighborhood, that's 100% right. Really, any neighborhood, you could live in the country somewhere, and there's bad elements in certain, there's all kinds of elements in a lot of different places, right? So I think that's a really true statement there.
Yeah, it could grab you because everybody's looking for a community, and I guess we'll also talk about that later on with Eli stuff. Like,
yes,
we all kind of jump into communities. We want to jump in now? I mean,
I think we should.
Is anything?
Might as well. I think. Listen, this week in football was, we got to understand in football. Patriots beat the Bills. Dolphins looked mediocre. Now they played the Eagles, and the Eagles are really good. But they
effed up my whole parlay thing.
Did they?
The Bills got to beat the Bills got to beat the Patriots, right?
The last 2 weeks we've seen some major upsets. So it's been, listen, the NFL. We got to understand, even the really bad teams, you could be playing a really good team. The really bad team has good players on them, and not every teams going 17-0 and 16-0 or 15-1. That doesn't really happen. A team's going to lose 2, 3, 4 games a year, even the really good ones. So these things are going to happen.
But you don't have the same level of, at least for me, I don't have the same level of confidence I have with Josh Allen compared to Patrick or Lamar.
No.
Or even,
I don't have that much with Lamar. Lamar's can be very up and down. He gets hurt a lot. I think Patrick Mahomes right now is the only quarterback that you can kind of trust. Even if he's hurt.
Not that boy from Philly? Not that boy from Philly? No? Don't trust him as much. I mean, yeah. Obviously, yes. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. But
he's the only one. That's my point. My point is he's the only one. Even if he's a little banged up, we've seen him in the playoffs get hurt. He comes back. He's the only guy in the NFL right now you can say, you know what? I can roll him out, and we're probably going to be okay. Everybody else, there's another 4 or 5 guys that are really, really, really good. But any given Sunday, Lamar Jackson could throw 4 picks. Josh Allen can throw 4 picks. Jalen Hurts threw 3 last week and didn't look great. Jared Goff, people are like, he might be the MVP. It looked like shit yesterday. The Detroit Lions are still the Detroit Lions. They got railroaded, right?
But they're not. They're a little better.
No, they're better. But what my point is, like, with quarterbacks, there's one guy that I think that is very steady for a number of years. Yeah. Like every year, I don't think he's ever played a non-home playoff game. They've had home field it's crazy. So
as long as he passes to Kelsey, Swift's boyfriend at this point. I do like I forgot what's the dude that who does the games on Sunday night? Is it Al Michaels?
Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth? Yeah.
Someone asked him about it. Like, well, why you didn't bring up this Taylor Swift and whatever? He said, because I'm not doing Access Hollywood. I was like, that's my man. That's my man. I mean, they probably showed her. It didn't matter what he said, but at least I appreciate that.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess everyone here wants to, talk about the potential Eli interview.
Well, besides Gigwise, I want to read this comment
because shout out to Gigwise. He got himself a cargo van. I know this is totally appreciate. I hopefully good luck to you. Just watch a lot of Gig Geezer. Again, I'm talking about Gig shit right now, but it's only be for a second. Check out Gig Media with Gig Geezer. He'll put you on the game on how to work it.
I'd binge watch, and Tim, you might have already done that, but I would definitely binge watch some of his videos, and there's a lot of knowledge in there, and it's great. I'm happy for you, bro. It's great stuff, man. Great news.
Awesome. You want to talk about DJ? All right, we'll do 5 minutes of DJ Envy. I mean, you did give us $25, so we listen. Stevie Wonderful decided he's going to put a segment in real quick
because my man Hannibal's doing videos over there. Hannibal's blowing up with these. He's got like 1 million views on these DJ Envy videos. I looked at his channel the other day. I'm like, damn, Hannibal, let me get some of them views, bro. Like, so listen, I want to get you're the resident expert. So I want you to talk.
So basically, this is a local news, but it's a big deal. It's New York. Is obviously New York City. Big media market. DJ Envy it's not a big deal, but he's been around forever. If you've been
at least 20 years, right?
I was watching 25 years. I was watching old videos from like early 90s, at least mid 90s. He's in those videos. He's in Joe Budden Pump It Up video. The whole Desert Storm, Fabulous, DJ Clue. So anywho, he's on the Breakfast Club, him and Charlamagne, and
excuse me.
And I've noticed this for a while, but I don't really, check out commercials and follow what they care about. But DJ Envy would bring this guy called Caesar. His name is Caesar Pena. His tag was Flipping AJ. And they will bring him in, and they bring other influencers, financial influencers onto the show. But this guy was a specialty in real estate. This guy came from jail. He kind of learned how to do it in there. He owns all these properties. And he's like, listen, come to these seminars that was set up with him and DJ Envy. We're going to teach you how to set yourself up with generational wealth. They use a lot of that. The Envy always talk about, I'm trying to help my people out. The problem is, and it seems like we don't know exactly what happened, but it got to a point where people were starting to complain that they pumped. Some people put their whole life savings, $250,000. Some put $1 million. Some people $100,000, and they put these properties in Paterson, New Jersey. You guys, I don't want to just start shitting on New Jersey, but Paterson, New Jersey is it's a really low income area. But they thought I could take these homes, flip them, because that's basically what they were saying. Invest with us. We can get your property, flip it, and you're gonna make. Caesar was saying, if you join me, you give me your money, I'm gonna give you 30% return, 30% more of what you put in.
So do you think Caesar used DJ Envy's platform within a community of people to scam them?
But definitely.
Yeah.
The question is, did DJ Envy know about it? Was he participating in this fraud that some people are saying could be up to 8 figures of money gone?
Oh wow, that's crazy.
That's why the feds are there, because New York, Jersey. Listen, you want the feds to show up? Just cross the border. Just cross. Go to another state. The feds are now here. Actually, I think they have I think there's a new update real quick. I didn't see this one. The Breakfast Club seeking a new co-host after FBI raid. So the FBI went to the I guess the iHeartRadio studios, took some electronic equipment. Most likely, DJ Envy lost his job.
100%. I would think so, right? Yeah. He can't go back and sit in that chair. There's no way.
There's people crying. There's one dude, his son dies in a tragic car accident. He takes the money. I don't know if he took the money from his life insurance, but he wanted to invest it, and he put $250,000 and gave it to Caesar, and the dude doesn't have his money. And he said, "You took because also that son that passed had a grandson. He has a grandson. Yeah. He's like, you took the money away from my kid, my grandkid, like." And it's just everyday people. I just saw the one woman that was that I put in the video. She's an MTA worker, so not everyone here is.
No, people are putting in their 401ks or their savings, and they're trying. Oh, you know what? I'll give you my 10 G's or 20 G's or 50 G's, 100,000, like whatever they could afford, and you times that by hundreds of people or maybe thousands. I mean, it's. I mean, this Envy guy used his influence, and I would imagine. I thought he would have been smarter than this. From what I saw, he asked Joe Budden, Fabulous, and DJ Clue, and they all turned him down. And Joe Budden even said, "Bro, this is like a, what do you call it?
He said Ponzi scheme. Joe was like legit.
Yeah. So if 3 of my good friends are like, no, I'm out. I'm not doing this. And they don't seem interested. So that's a red flag, Mr. DJ Envy. So if Hannibal comes to me with a business opportunity, and then he goes, and I'm like, bro, that's a Ponzi scheme. I'm not, stay away. And then he talks to somebody else, and all 3 of Hannibal's friends say something. I would imagine Hannibal would be smart to be like, you know what? Let me pause on this. Let me do a little more research. Let me ask some questions. So I'm just surprised that he would kind of ruin his setup.
The one thing DJ Envy has to throw in to make it seem like he didn't know what was going on is that he is out of money too. So he said that he invested in a property. I forgot what it was, a school or something like that. He's in the hole $500,000. So he's saying Caesar owes him money. So that's a little bit of his. I don't know if it's a get out of jail free card of. Well, I'm a victim too. I put money in. I didn't get my investment back. But the problem is, he said he made money with Caesar for many projects and properties throughout the years. And this is the one time he hasn't made that money back for him.
Yeah.
But it just shows that when someone tells you they can give you 30% interest back on an investment, that's not how it works.
No.
Most, like, you invest in stock markets, you're investing in businesses, you don't get and he said a matter of months you're gonna get 30% back. So if I gave you $100,000, you're gonna give me 30. That's so a lot of it is based.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's kind of based on when people are listening to influencers and you're not doing any research on your own. Yep. You're not familiar with real estate. I am not familiar with real estate, so I wouldn't just listen to the radio and just take someone's, view on it and just give them money. Like, I just wouldn't do it. So it's gonna be more about that story. I'm sure, like, if it's something pops or he goes to get arrested, yeah, definitely we'll talk about it. But
yeah, for sure,
that when someone brings you that kind of outrageous, you can't believe the kind of returns that they're offering, most likely they can't do it.
No,
they just can't do it.
Listen, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And sometimes you're going to get some crazy returns and you're going to but you have to be very smart with money, right? And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Go with your gut instincts. Don't get greedy. Don't fall for the bullshit. So
yeah, definitely. So we'll see. It's a changing, it's an ever revolving story. All the rappers are shitting on Envy, and Envy is entrenched in the hip hop community. He knows because first of all, he's a show of the Breakfast Club. He's interviewed almost every important rapper.
I would say every important rapper's been on that show. Would you not?
100%.
I mean, I can't think of somebody that's popular or relevant that has not been interviewed on that show. Now, who knows if the interview went good or not? We've seen some crazy things happen on that show, but they have a lot of influence in the hip-hop.
Yeah, him and Charlamagne, and it's funny. It used to be three of them. It used to be this woman named Angela Lee, Charlamagne, and DJ Envy. Now, apparently, Angela Lee left and started doing her own show, but I saw some, I guess, rumors. She may have left because she invested in something and didn't get her money. Now, they had other issues with the show, the dynamic between the three. But some people are saying that's one of the reasons why probably she left. Like, this motherfucker, I gave this dude money and he didn't get it. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. Do you think he paid his taxes? You better. I mean, it's too late now. It's funny.
If he didn't do that plus this, he's done for a minute.
DJ Envy's wife used to, if you check out her Instagram, luxury this, luxury that, handbags, a couple outfits, they travel, they're doing pretty well for themselves. She started deleting all those pictures on her Instagram when she was like, the jig is up. So we'll see.
Greed is a bitch, man. Greed will get you, man. When you're greedy, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we'll definitely keep you guys abreast of that situation. But let's get into
Wednesday. Let's get into Wednesday. Let's get into it. I know you've got. I want you to take the lead on this at first because I know you've got some things to say. So,
well, I think we always said we had no problems talking to him.
Yeah, we said
the very beginning. Yeah, we said, well, if there was a conversation, if you want to do a live stream, I will go and say we'll go on his channel, he'll go on ours. So it was always like we wouldn't say we would never talk to you ever or whatever. We always said, hey, if you ever get an opportunity, we can talk. So I know Eli was very interested from the very beginning, even though when he offered it, it was always like a backhanded thing, like, hey, you guys suck on these views. No, join. We'll have 400 in the box. Like, all right, bro. Like,
we will not have 400 people here on Wednesday.
But he's like, hey, you guys. He will like, we'll do a show, and he's like, that's not enough. Like, all right, cool, whatever. It's like, that didn't bother me because this is a second channel.
And before Hannibal goes, I got to say this. I want to make something very clear. We, as content creators, both Hannibal and I, we have another channels and we have this channel. This channel is different in a way that we're not like, we're monetized now. We love it. We're going to make some money. We're going to be able to provide more value for you guys. It's fantastic, right? You guys can support if you feel like supporting. It's great. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Because we spending time to do this. So there's okay with that. However, we're not like, we don't need to have all these people in the box and all this. we've been doing this show for a while, and there were weeks we had 6, 7 people watching, and we had a great show, and we had a great time, and the people that were watching had a good time in the chat. We're good with that. We don't do things here we don't clickbait, we don't do crazy stuff. We want the truth, and we talk about news things on this channel. We bring up opinions, we give our opinions, we talk about things because we want to bury the truth within relationships, men and women, hip hop. We want to do that. And what happens in this community that Eli is a part of is nobody really knows the truth. And I think there's a lot of questions, and there's a lot of assumptions, and there's a lot of bullshit going around and name calling. And he dragged himself into the community that Hannibal and I are a part of on the other channels. He did that. He said my name. Eli has said my name, I would say, 10,000 times over the last year. 10,000. That's not an exaggeration. So he started this. So if we want to bring him on because hey, we can't talk about being coaches and being men and being fathers and not attack shit head on and have a conversation like men, right? And I think there's something wrong with that. So I want to be very clear. This isn't about making money and clicks and views. And if those things happen, that's great. We're going to leverage that. That's cool. I got no problem with it. But at the end of the day, this isn't going to be an Eli channel. We're not trying to embarrass him. If anything, I think he does that enough sometimes on his own. He doesn't need our help with that. So we just want to have a conversation and he can ask us anything. We can ask him stuff. And that's where we're going with this. I hope you guys understand that. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I would say actually, we got our first member. I got to take this picture too. The first member in the house. Big Carl. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. Also the fact that you've been here for a few streams. I've checked out.
He's been rocking with us.
Yeah, you've been hanging out with us for a while. So I really appreciate you being the very first member of again, we'll come with some better names for the tiers.
We will. Hannibal dropped the ball on that, but I'll pick it up.
Don't worry. Your ass up. Well, you could have done it anyway. Well, we're not fight with.
I know. I'm lazy. Hannibal does all the work. I just show up, so I'm just giving him shit.
Yeah. But we appreciate you coming and really supporting us. So we're gonna have we have some great ideas.
I like this comment too right here. I like this one. I think this is...
and that's true. I mean, that is 100% true from the time that, and let's pull the curtain back. So there's a lot of speculation. Again, we'll talk about Eli's, I guess, terms and things he's deciding to do or not do. But so I think, right now, a lot of people think that Pedro is the puppet master. He has Tony Hsiu on the line. He has he's telling all of us what to do.
Yeah.
The reason why Eli's even got to this point is because I'll just say it because of me. I remember Pedro had a live where he was destroying everyone. But anyway, he was in a live talking about guess he going back and forth.
I was?
Yeah. It was your live.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember. Yes.
It was your live. And you're talking about, hey guys, you have any proof for the fact that you think that Tony Hsiu called me and told me about this thing? And no one came with proof. People really embarrassed themselves on that live.
It's a really good live. That was a really good live.
It was Coach J-Rom. He came onto your chat and talked about Eli. And I'm sure you didn't really know a lot. You knew a little bit. You did. You actually, maybe a week before that, you hit me up and told me what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And I think I said, ignore it. I was like, whatever. Like, he's, whatever.
Which is usually your response. When I come to you with something, that's usually your response.
Yeah.
Just ignore it. Fuck those guys. Like,
yeah. Stevie, appreciate you, man. You're the R-star today, man. You're the most valuable player here. Definitely today. So, talking about the whole Madison thing, whatever. Yeah. He tried to clarify, but whatever. And I was like, ignore it, whatever. He's not, we had other crazier issues to deal with, right? But then J-Ron came in, and then people were in the chat. I guess we'll call Eli's. I'm not calling them haters anymore. I'm going to use what DSP calls it, detractors. Detractors came into the chat and started saying, hey, Eli's this, Eli's that. So my introduction to Eli was those videos. He said, hey, someone said, why? And I'm like, wow, this guy's saying some really outrageous stuff. And usually on my channel, my main channel, Iwan and I brought this up. And Pedro, he was already going into battle with other. It didn't matter. That wasn't that big a deal.
I was going to battle. My sword had enough for everybody. So I was going at everybody.
Yeah, you're destroying everyone.
Yeah.
I decided to talk about Eli here because I found him to be fascinating. I thought this is wild stuff. It kind of reminded me of the other shows, other content creators that's in that realm, what they do. So that's the reason why we started talking about you.
Yeah.
I know you think that we got paid. I know you say we have no proof, but I understand.
We've
you
never
think that we
been
got
paid. I don't
right
know.
now we are,
Nobody
but
has ever paid us.
Today's the first day.
Yeah.
Right.
But we've never been paid to make video content.
Right.
That's never happened. I say that very confidently. And if anybody can prove otherwise, that would, we'd lose credibility, right? On both of our channels. So we have never been paid to make any videos. So.
Right. So that's the reason why we are where we are. And now, we, Pedro and Eli's exchanged emails and he's all in. But before that, in the last, his one of his lives where he talked about his ground rules, first he was like, he didn't want any discussion about his personal life.
Yeah.
Nothing to talk about his Dawn or medical issues. Okay. We're not talking about that. So we'll say right now, we have no interest in talking about your girlfriend or her medical issues. He also kind of said he didn't want to rehash old videos or mistakes he acknowledged and apologized in the past. The problem is with that is I don't care to talk about the videos, the details of those videos. He said he's sorry. Fine. The problem is what we want to talk about is the coaching, the detractors, and his career on YouTube. The problem is those things he's done in the past is affecting his YouTube career and dealing with the detractors.
Yeah.
So do I want to say you said these bad things? No, I'm not. He said he apologized for it. It is what it is. But the result of those things that he done, he is still fighting.
Yes.
He's still going through it.
Yes.
That's what I find interesting to talk about. Not necessarily what he done in the past. It's already been obvious what he done in the past. So what other things he said? Obviously, he said there's some boundaries on questioning. No trollish or attacking questions. Only legitimate, respectful inquiries. That's very subjective. I don't know where that would be. I guess I would say for him, and this is an interview. It's not an interrogation. If you guys are looking for the gotcha moment where we say, or his mind will change or our minds would change, I don't see that happening. This is a respectful conversation. So if you're looking for the gotcha moment, hey, didn't you do this? I don't see where that's
we're not doing that. But I think you guys are going to actually get from this conversation. And I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out there. Obviously, Eli's done a lot. I think it's like Hannibal says, use that word fascinating, and I think that's an appropriate word. And I'm not in any other YouTube community. I've only been on YouTube for 3 years.
Right.
I used to watch YouTube years ago. I made like one ice bucket challenge video that I didn't even publicize because I didn't even know it was a private. I didn't even know how to put it out there correctly, right? Yeah. So YouTube is actually fairly new for me, but it seems like he has a fascinating history with various communities. Yeah. And he's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, whether that's warranted or not. That's the facts. And those people have gathered together and they made their own community, which is really cool, actually, because that's what YouTube is about, communities, right?
Correct.
So, or at least partly. So for me, I think it's not going to be no gotcha moments. It's not about slamming on him. If you guys are going to come and watch in the chat, you guys are going to say certain things. We're not going to block anybody. Unless you say something outrageous, we're not blocking, right? And Eli said he's not going to worry about the chat. He's going to be engaged with us. I'll monitor the chat to make sure nothing's crazy going on, but you guys can have your opinions. You can ask questions. All those things are valid. We don't block people here. Okay. We believe in people having an opinion and having, we're going to respect that. But I think what you're going to get out of this conversation, I look at it more of a conversation than an interview. That's how I look at it. I know Hannibal said interview. I think there's going to be some questions. So I think there's conversation / interview, but I think you're going to get a lot of, because I don't know what else is out there from other channels he's been on, but I think this is going to be one of the better ones. I'll put that pressure on Hannibal and I, because Hannibal and I we're pretty smart dudes. And I think we're going to have some good questions. And I think, from one coach to another, right? I got some questions for him, and he doesn't need to tell us. We're not looking, hey, who do you coach? And this, I don't need details. That's his personal business. I could care less, but some things don't align. Behaviors don't match. So he hates you guys so much and you guys hate him, but he talks about y'all every day the same way y'all talk about him. It doesn't make sense. If he would stop worrying about the chat so much and giving you guys attention, you guys would go away. But he needs you guys because his channel is nothing without you. Because every stream, Eli, is about the first 100 to 200 words. You say haters, trolls, and sock accounts 50 times out of your first 200 words. So you're feeding into it, right? So it's just a very fascinating thing. And I want to know why he does that. And I think we could have a very fluid, respectful conversation as to what's the motive behind why he runs the channel that he runs. Because he says he's a life coach. And I'll give him that. He's a life coach. We're going to call him a life coach. But the channel doesn't really show that, at least recently. If you look at his old videos, I see there's some coaching things there. But now it's basically a troll hater channel. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? It just doesn't make, and he said he's lost, I heard today, he said he lost $500,000 in revenue. Where is he getting that number? Because I'll tell you what, I got a pretty nice sized channel. I make decent of money on YouTube. He doesn't have what I have, and I haven't been close to sniffing $500,000. So it's just some of the things he says are even weird. So I want to have a great conversation.
And
he can ask us anything. So it's just,
and that's the reason why I wanted to have this conversation first, because if he feels like this is not good for him, then he could back out. He doesn't have to be here. He doesn't have to go through it. If that's where he's like, you know what, if that's where the angle, and that, so yeah, we're not going to bring up your girlfriend. We're not going to bring up her issues.
No, not at all.
No, because I think
that's a private thing. That's a private thing.
We're not. That's a different situation altogether. I want to highlight this one from Slim. Appreciate you coming in. You always have some good comments. I think it's very feminine to try to establish rules and guidelines for a conversation. I understand that point, but the problem is there's no trust between us. If I be honest, right? He doesn't trust us.
I think that's fair. And you know what?
I think I trust him to be himself. I don't think he's going to do something crazy.
Yeah, and he shouldn't trust us. Let's be real.
Good point. Yeah, that's.
We don't. You know what I'm saying? We don't. That trust is earned. It's not just given.
Right.
And so I think. Yeah.
I think it's important to establish something instead of us just start asking questions. So that's why we're doing this right now, to establish some level of understanding of what we are here to talk about.
Yeah.
Where it's going to be a civil conversation. I would say if Eli, and hopefully he'll take a chance to email and say to check out this episode.
I think
if you don't want to answer a question, just say I'm not going to answer it.
And
you may actually, we may inquire. Why not? But if you say I'm not comfortable with that, we'll move on to the next question.
Yeah, we're not gonna. This isn't gonna be a Hannibal versus Eli type of thing. But at the end of the day, organically, it'll be what it is.
Right.
But it's going into it. Our intention isn't to. We don't need to do that.
Yeah.
We don't. I've already had my words with Eli. I've already told him how I feel about the things and what he's done and how he injected himself in the community. How he questioned things that I've done on a personal family level. I'm past that. If he says something on Wednesday about it and brings it up again, hey, listen, I'm human and I'm a prideful dude. I might, it might get to me, but I doubt it. But, I think that this is more just about a conversation. I take helping people and coaching individuals and making sure people are motivated. I do all these things on my other channel. And I make videos every single day. I go live every Wednesday for about 30 to 45 minutes. It's called the Motivational Hour. I check in with my community. We ask questions. We hold each other accountable. We talk about real life stuff. I take that shit really fucking serious. So, when I see him talking about being a coach, he's not doing any of that on his channel. So why not? Yeah. He should be doing those things. Fuck the trolls. I don't know, some of y'all are here, right? And I say that respectfully. Right, Eli? So if you don't want them around on your channel, don't engage. You pissed them off and they should be mad. Everybody can have a feeling and how they feel based on what is done. You can't take somebody's feelings away from them, but you need them. You need them and you need them. And I think that you put your channel in a spot where that you need them. And that's why you do what you do. Because if you did what I said you should do, you would literally have nobody watching, because your channel is people hate watching you. Not all of it, but 90% of the people that watch hate watch. And there could be some money in that. And there could be value. It's very entertaining. You've gotten the attention of Hannibal and I, whether you did it the right way or not. You got the attention of other people. So I would, that's where we're coming from here. So
I mean, I'll be surprised. From what we're just talking about right now, I'll be surprised he shows up on Wednesday. Yeah, so I'll be
You think
surprised
so?
yeah, I'll be surprised. Yeah, we'll see.
Listen, he already
We'll
said
see.
he's going to show up, so I think he
He'll
should
say
show
it,
up.
but he may turn. That's the thing too. He can jump. He jumps in and out of emotions really fast. So it's possible. He's like, I heard enough. I don't want to get ambushed or whatever. I will be
yeah,
surprised
I hear
if
you. It's a
Wednesday
good point.
we are sitting here and he's in the screen. I would be surprised.
You'd be surprised. Interesting.
Christian
Well,
says,
I'll say this, Eli. Right. So I know I've heard you say, we could help a lot of people together. You'd like to work with us. I know you respect both Hannibal and I on a certain level when it comes to YouTube and the things that we've done. And you said that we're both great public speakers. I've heard these things. I did my research. I'm very well prepared. So if you mean that, you should come on. Right? Because I feel at the end of the day, this isn't about us becoming friends and liking each other and me convincing you of something, you convincing Hannibal and I. It's about us having a conversation. And I think that there's value in that conversation for anybody that could watch. People are going to get something from it. So I think that's why you should come on. And I think you owe it, actually, not to Hannibal and I think you owe it to your viewers. That's what I would say.
Yeah. And he has said he's coming. I'm just throwing
I think
out
he's going
my
I think he'll show up. I do. I think he'll show up.
My guess. So I would say for the most part, this is not an interrogation. I'll say this again. It's an interview. We have to give him the fact that he decided to do this. He doesn't have to do that.
Absolutely.
And I understand that a lot of people are very passionately one way or the other, most likely to tell him everything that you want to tell him. Unfortunately, no one's forcing him to be here, so he doesn't have to. He can leave. He said it. If certain boundaries are crossed, he's going to leave. We can't force him to stay, right? There's an expectation of let's try to have a respectful, professional dialogue, right? And he doesn't want any personal attacks. Well, all the personal attacks have already happened. A lot of those videos have already been out. Yeah. We're not apologizing for those videos. I don't know if you see it, told them or not. They're already there. He's already said things. The people that he associates himself with have said things. I think he wants. Yes, I had Chrissy put a comment. He's really more interested in Pedro. Of course, this is all about Pedro. I'm here because I'm on the thing. Unfortunately, I'm here.
I don't know if it's about that, but I think there's him and I have more of a go back and forth than you and him have. Directly.
Well, yeah,
but
I get a lot of. Only reason I probably get any kind of hate, which I still think it's minuscule compared to you, is because I'm friends with you.
Yeah,
it's never really about
you're guilty by association.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think. Like I'm looking at the most these people say, not Eli, but the people that really don't like Pedro is like Hannibal. Does he work? He doesn't do deliveries. He walks dogs. He picks up dog shit. I'm like, that's fine. Or it just. So it's more about obviously you, and I would say when Eli says I'm the most hated guy, I get through so many detractors are after me.
No, bro, you have
Pedro is in a different level. There are people
level,
out there making 8, 9, 10-hour live streams about Pedro.
I mean, I think Eli's definitely had some of that, and he's had it longer. But the difference is, I don't want to sound like a fucking jerk, but I have more of a following than you, Eli. I have more of a community. So
just the numbers game. But
the numbers is way more different. So
I would say
the hate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say in terms of the detractive activity, Pedro's detractors. That's funny. Pedro's detractors aren't as effective as Eli's detractors. Eli's detractors are in one level. They are all together. They support each other. They are all in. And luckily for Pedro's detractors don't even like each other. I don't think they like each other.
Really.
They don't agree with anything. They're currently fighting with each other right now. Yeah. They can't get anything done, right? Because they don't really like each other.
No.
And
they don't know what they don't know, and some of them are not very smart. And some of them come to me. Some of them come to me because they're just riding the nuts and they want the views and the clicks and they want the attention, and that's all it is. Whereas the Eli haters, I think they just genuinely want a community and don't like the guy. You know, they're not looking for the clout. That my haters, some of them, they're looking for the clout. They want the smoke. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and everyone has a different goal, but I would say the best goal is to actually be one with a community where everyone has the same goal. They all support each other. They're super nice to each other. And where Pedro's like detractors, they fight each other. If one says one thing wrong on a live stream, instead of like calling them or sending a message, they make another live stream cursing that person out. It's very bizarre.
It's very bizarre.
And that's why they can't get anything done.
Yeah.
While Eli's detractors are able to, when they see him go to another community, they are able to pounce very quickly to say this is what it's about. So that's what we want to talk about, not necessarily about what you said. We already heard it. It's not about that. Like you said you apologize. We'll keep it that way. A question from Alyssa. Will any donations on Wednesday be shared
with panel guests? What does that mean? I don't understand that question.
I guess if it's a question or a suggestion,
like
I would say, if they come and ask a question for Eli and they put it as a super chat.
Oh, I see. You know what?
We're going to address it. I think maybe we will. I think we could. Maybe after we kind of have a good, maybe we'll take like a break to read some of the super chats if there are any.
Yeah.
Eli will have
this. I don't want to, if you're super chatting and it's like an outrageous question, or if it's like you saying something crazy about Dawn and you just want to have that put up there, I'm not going to put that up there. But if you have a question, or if you want to super chat and you say, hey, Eli, remember when you said this is why I felt that way, and it's legitimate history, that's fine. And we could ask him about it. He could choose to talk about it.
And he could choose to say, I don't
mind. But yeah, we're not going to like
trash
Dawn and you're not going to, we're not going to, listen, Dawn's not here to defend herself. So we're not talking about Dawn or anything she said and did. That's not my business. We're talking to Eli. So I want to be very clear with that. We would love to get super chats, but we're not, we're not just going to show everything because you gave us a few bucks if it's not okay. And I think you guys understand that. So
yeah, what I also want to do, I don't know if we should do this on Monday or maybe just do another show after this. Let's say Eli comes in, we do the show, and there's criticism about how it went, what was said. I don't like when Hannibal said this. Or I don't like what Pedro said that, or whatever.
Yeah,
I would like to have another show where we can bring, and maybe I don't know if Tam will be around, or Barbara, or anyone who wants to talk, or Susie, anyone, Coach Rom, who will have a panel. You come in, we'll talk about it. You know what was said incorrectly, or what?
Yeah,
more like a
good idea.
Not a fact checking, but at least that side could be. And Eli doesn't have to be there. He doesn't have to watch it. He doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And we can. Wait, are you serious, Carl? Yeah, I guess it's going to be the
Eagles.
No,
yeah. 22-17, crazy, right?
They were winning, and I'm thinking, don't worry, the 49ers are going to come back. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
What happened to Brock Purdy? What happened?
Funny. He threw 2 interceptions tonight.
All right, well then there you go.
I told you, bro. People be certain quarterbacks do good for a while, and they're like, there's only one dude in the league that has been very consistent for the last 4 or 5 years, and his name is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and Kirk Cousins can pull. He could pull a Monday night game out of his ass. He does. You like that? It's always, But then go to the playoffs. One game he plays like trash. But anyway, so I think we'll have a separate show after that where we can talk about anyone's concerns. Hey, you know what? I think you guys were this way, or maybe we're too whatever.
Listen, we can take criticism. If you guys don't like what happens Wednesday, if you can come out here and say, Pedro, you were too fucking soft. Why were you smiling? Bring it. I'm good with it. I love the engagement. I love the opinions. We are not hiding and blocking and timing people out on this channel. Like, we're not going to do that. So yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah. That's what I think. We're trying to make it like I said, a professional, mature conversation, and he could decide what not to talk about. If he says, I don't want to talk about that question, I don't want to answer that question, we'll move on. And
I want to say something. This is my donation. Thank you, Elisa. since I don't want any money split with your Wednesday guest. We're not splitting any money with Eli. So I don't know if you maybe that's what you guys are missing. We're not paying Eli to come on the show, and any money that we make on Wednesday is Hannibal and I's. Eli is getting 0 pennies. I want to make that very clear. I don't know where that's coming from, but we're not having him on the show and giving him a cut of anything. I wouldn't expect somebody to give me it. So I just want to be clear, but
and I guess to give Eli some credit, he did not say I needed money. He said
no, he did not. No, not at all.
He said I'm not going to watch the chat. I know you got a lot of the detractors are going to send you guys, and I don't mind it. That's what he said. So
we're not. Listen, I want to say this. I don't think you guys are going to like this, but when Eli shows up on Wednesday, because I know he's going to show up automatically because he's coming to our show and he's wants to come on and face that. And I think he said Dawn said he should do it. Automatically, he's starting off pretty good with me. I got to be honest with you. I have a measure of respect that he doesn't have to do this. He can just keep doing his lives and walking and talking to y'all and being crazy and like whatever, right? And talking. Every live stream's the same. I don't watch many of them, but the ones I've seen, they're all identical, right? He doesn't have to come here. So I give him credit for that. I really give him credit for that because I've invited other people on to other channels and some people show. And I think when you don't show up, that says a lot because it says that you're kind of scared. And Eli said he's coming on, so he's not scared. So I give him credit for that. I want to be very clear with that.
And be honest, I know he explained why, but I would like that. Like, why are you deciding to show up? What thoughts, what your pattern? So we'll have those kind of questions that will pop up. Why he decided to be a life coach? What happened?
I want to. Where'd that come from? I think that's a really great question. Yeah.
And another question, a little bit of a preview of what I would ask him about. Okay, you made a mistake. What did you do to correct it? What strategies did you implement because it's a crisis. When you do something like that, whatever business, you call a PR crisis team and they tell you what you should do. What was that? Does he have a mentor? Does he have a life coach? I know coaches have coaches, right? Same like psychiatrists have their own psychiatrists that they talk to. Like, do you have certain questions like that he can answer? The details of him doing something wrong, he may not want to answer it. So we could ask. I don't know. And there's people in the community that know so much that I don't even know. Yeah. I'm kind of keeping it from the time that we met him. That makes sense?
Yes. Yep. Because anything else, I don't, it can be hearsay. It could be facts, fiction. We don't really know. I don't have the time and energy, neither does Hannibal, to go back and look at all the videos. That's not really our concern, right? But what our concern is the things that have happened since he's injected himself into our lives and our community, the things he said, the questions he's had for us, the things he said about me, like all that kind of stuff. And if he's got questions about things that I've questioned him on, he can ask me anything. I'm an open book. If anything, I talk too much and I'm too honest sometimes. And I say things I don't even need to say just because.
All the time.
Hannibal says that to me all the time. Like, you don't have to prove this. It is annoying. So, but that's just how I am. I'm not going to, my biggest strength is also my biggest weakness. I'm very in tune with that with myself. Yeah. And I think most people, your biggest strength is your biggest weakness. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, and I'm starting to do some things that he's doing. I got questions for him. He's an expert in the field. I got questions, Eli. So it could be a really good conversation as long as you don't read all the chat. And if you stay engaged with us, I think it can be a good conversation. We can learn something. The chat will be entertained. They might learn something new. Maybe you can get a little vulnerable with us. Maybe you can share something on our channel that you haven't shared on yours or other people's. Yeah. And I think that could be really good for people. So
Sylvester says, you guys said you're going to do a show at Primetime James once, but you never did. Did we? I don't remember. I mean, because we're going to have a review. Again, if Eli decides, he jumps in, he talks the next day. If he wants to jump in, Primetime James, if you want to come in and talk. Yeah. Hopefully the people that'll be on the panel is people that at least we have some idea who they are. I think Tammy and I think a few others that's in the Discord will let us kind of know who.
And I will say this: I got an email from Tammy. That's the Reap What You Sow, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Tammy did reach out to me. We're going to wind up linking up. I haven't emailed back, but I haven't gotten anything from Primetime. But we could figure that stuff out. I mean, Hannibal and I will obviously have to talk about that to make sure it fits with both of our plans. But we're up for those kind of things. So, but I want to make sure that this isn't about. It's got to be about like learning a little bit, and it could segue into other deeper type conversations, because on this channel we've talked about things like this before. Eli just kind of actually fits some of the things we've talked about on this channel for over a year. So I think that's why he's, partly that's why we're bringing him on. So, but I think those conversations in those lives can happen. I think that would be good. So
yeah. Oh yeah. So another thing, real quick. I'm not interested in talking about gig work. So I don't know if that's where he wants to know. Now, again, if you're interested,
not interested,
talk to Pedro, because if you notice in my content, I'm kind of shifting, and it's more of a pivot, not necessarily I'm done talking about gig work. Obviously, I'm a gig worker. I'm a full-time gig worker, but I do dogs, and the views don't really hit with the dog stuff, right? If you guys want any questions about Rover, just send me a message. I'll answer. I answer a few on Instagram today. But if, that's Pedro thing. Pedro does that. I think he did that like 2 hours yesterday. He does it every day.
I do it.
So if you have a question, if you do want to talk about it, I don't know. I think many people who are, I guess they're not on Eli's side anymore, even those who gave him issues apparently in the last couple of days, they think it's based on gig work, and it's not. At least our interactions with each other. That's just an underlying symptom of a bigger issue. Yeah. The fact that you did want to try to join another community and you couldn't because of the situation. So, I mean, if he wants to come in and talk about that glitch, I mean, Pedro could swing that question around.
I've handled that already.
In this channel, we made it because we wanted it to get a break from talking about gig work all the time. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason
we want to talk about things that we actually like, are passionate or enjoy.
Outside of
the gig work is how we pay the bills, but that's not what like gets me up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like that's just what I do to make money, and that's not who we are. Hannibal isn't a dog walker. I'm not a rideshare driver. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we make money. So
So that so also that's another thing I wanted to prepare him for. We're not talking about labor movements.
There is I want to be very clear. There is no. I want everybody to listen, because I know y'all are watching. There is no labor movement.
You guys haven't get a labor movement of your own. Like you guys don't even get along. It didn't work.
Like you guys can't do a live without foaming at the mouth. There is no labor movement. You have no leader over there. There's no labor movement. It's a false.
It is, and so I doubt that's what you want to talk about, because it just wouldn't make a lot of sense. Because you notice in this chat, there's no one talking about gig work. And if we did, we wouldn't lose our minds and ban them. But once we jumped in with this, we were able to kind of just talk about something different, because we talk about all types of gig work all the time. So it'd been nice to jump in and talk about something different. So that was the reason why the channel. So if you're interested in just going to spend an hour talking about gig work, that's not. I don't think the people in the chat care about it. I don't know if
anybody that wants to do that. Anybody that wants to do that, including Eli and anybody else, I run a 2 to 3 to 4 hour show every Sunday for almost 2 years.
Sunday. Yeah, join on Sunday and
we
talk
could
about
totally talk about it over there, because I do that every Sunday. But on Monday and Wednesday, that's not what this channel's for. So
what's up? If Eli decided to click the link on a Sunday to talk about gig work, you'll let him on?
Listen, everybody comes on my show Sunday. There's literally 1 or 2 people now on my channel that are blocked. That's it. Anybody is welcome on Sunday.
And Eli's not one of them.
He's not blocked. It's public. Anybody can show up on Sunday night. So
look at that, Eli. You able to jump in, talk about gig work?
Anybody. I've had people on that show I don't like, and they show up, and I don't. They're there. They can talk, and if they still crazy, I might kick them out. But that's I can at least give them a chance. So.
So that's not. So mostly it's going to be again about the. Oh, come on.
Silicone with the $49.99.
You click.
Hold on. Let me click it.
Hold
on. Calm down. Hold on. I'm late. Can you guys please assure me that you'll never share? I beg of you. Listen. We have not. Eli and I and Hannibal. He has not talked
That
about
was
money.
never a
I
conversation.
don't share money with anybody. I'm going to share money with Hannibal, but that's it. Okay, so yeah, we are not. That's not what this is about.
No.
Appreciate the $49.99. You've given money on my other channel, Silicone.
And same as well. So I don't know who you are. Nothing but silicone, but
I don't know.
Look at their icons. Funny,
but it's
don't
all
matter.
Good. Yeah,
you are an awesome person that support us on multiple channels and multiple occasions.
Thank you very
You're
much.
Amazing. We really appreciate it. Really do. Fantastic. But yeah, nothing will be shared. He never suggested it. Again, he did detractors. He never said I need money. There's other people who said that. Oh, to come on my channel, you gotta pay me. Yeah. And it wasn't Eli. There's another one of those goofballs. I'm not going to say his name. Whatever.
Yep.
I'm not even going to bring it up. I think I still have his dumbass picture, dumbass shirt. But clown.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I'm talking. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta pay me because you spent 8 hours fucking ranting.
Listen, if anything, I should be getting paid to become on motherfucking shit, and I never asked anybody to pay me, so I don't want to hear nobody.
He doesn't understand YouTube. He's doing it. He don't get it. It's all about collaborating and talk. And a lot of it, you don't get paid. That's not the point. I think at least Eli realized that. I think what he wants is to have some level of understanding. He believes in Pedro as a life coach. He said it.
He should
abandon. But he wants you to abandon everything.
Oh well. Listen, I'll say this. I want to give Eli a little. Okay, I'll say this. When I've started the channel, this little slogan behind me, my girlfriend Madison, my beautiful girlfriend, made this for me. Where's it at? Right there. So, bet on you, Seckles, one day at a time has been kind of the mantra, the really, really cheesy, cliche mantra on my other channel. And I live this every fucking day, though. So, when I talk about trying to help people and be motivational, like I live it every day. I make mistakes. Yeah. I own up to shit. I surround myself with people that are smarter than me. I've been doing this for 2.5 years on YouTube. So not a long time, but like I actually make daily vlogs every day. I go live. So I take the coaching thing and trying to help people and lead by example and show people how to either make money or become a better version of themselves extremely seriously. Yeah. So when he says
the one thing he says, and he said it consistently, that who knows what his I have some ideas what his motives is, but it's never like he'll say it in a backhanded thing compared to like everything else that he says. He legitimately he thinks that you can do this. So it is again. I know someone said he's not fascinating. What's the definition of fascinating? It's not necessarily a positive thing. It's something that you just. Let me try to look it up real quick. Okay, so basically, fascinating. Just have it right here. Adjective: extremely interesting. Mm-hmm. For us to spend this much time to talk about one person, he has to be interesting.
Sure. People hate watch me. People hate watch me because they think I'm interesting because they don't like me or they really like me. There's something wrong with it. People would. What's that kid? What's that girl? Okay, there's a few of them like these little like C-list celebrities, right? And they just act. They're kind of being a character or they're not, and they're interesting, and people watch them because it's interesting. He falls into that group for sure. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It is what it is. And I think he's aware of it. He should be. And I think he plays to that. I think he plays to that.
The theme I'm coming up with, at least in my mind, of Eli's struggle to get over the past. He wants everyone to forget it. He wants people to move on.
Yeah.
And the detractors do not want to move on. That's where the story is. So
I'd love to talk about that. I would love to talk about it.
As a content creator, the reason why again I brought him up in the chat, or at least let's discuss this individual, because when you do enough of these videos, enough of the stuff, what's a good story, or at least an interesting story. He's a very interesting story, and that's why I said, "Hey, Pedro, let's talk about this for a minute." I know you probably wanted to as well because you had your issues, but I find the story interesting. We're not going to try to fix the situation. I think one of the things that I think we all have to realize is that sometimes there's certain things that some other people are not going to forgive, no matter how much you want them to forgive. That you may be honest and say, I am sorry for this. And the person has the right to say, I don't accept your apology. And you can't really force it.
You cannot.
You've done something wrong with a chick or a guy in a relationship. You can apologize and say, I'm sorry. And they can maybe say, I accept that. but I can't rock with you anymore.
I can't forgive, or I can't.
can't
The one thing is you can't control somebody's feelings and emotions. You can't. You can never. You can't do that. Even you can apologize, and I've done it. I'm sure Hannibal's done things and maybe apologize. Like we've all done it. We're all humans. We all make mistakes, but you can't. You have to let that go. And I want to know how Eli can hold it together, because he's holding so many things. It seems like he's like, I'm surprised he hasn't lost it yet, because there's just so many people coming at him, and like I can relate to that, Eli. I'm talking to you right now, man to man. I can relate to some of the things that you've said you've been going through on YouTube. I've had a lot of crazy things happen to me, bro. So that's part of the conversation I think we can have, and I think we can learn something, and maybe the viewers can get a different perspective and a different side. I think Hannibal and I can bring a different side out of Eli on Wednesday that maybe you guys haven't seen. Listen.
All right, Pedro got that one. I tell you that.
I'm just asking questions. I do. So I think we can do that. I want you guys to watch eagerly, and then you can feel about how you want to feel about it, because everybody's entitled to view it and take it how you want. But I think we could knock down some walls there, and if we can't, it's not a big deal, right? But I think there's definitely some underlying stuff there, and he talks about being vulnerable, and he uses his relationships with his ex and his current woman, and they share things. He's talked about being vulnerable, and people can learn from us guys, and Wednesday is the time you can do that, Eli. On this channel, you can do that and break down those walls, man.
Well, I tell you, Pedro is really selling the hell out of this thing, because I'm just thinking we're going to talk.
That's what I do, bro.
Look, Slim believes he's like, you're going to change Eli's life.
I'm going to say this, and a lot of you guys won't agree. Eli might chuckle. I know he's watching, or he's going to watch. I could help Eli.
I think he already has a manager.
Listen, I could totally help Eli. 100%.
You know that, right?
I have no. That's not my business. I have no idea.
Well, good. I'm never going to discuss it. If someone in the chat that could type it in, I'm not.
I don't know anything about that, but I'll tell you this right now. I could take a guy like Eli and in 6 months make him a better man.
There's someone else that wants to be a part of Eli's team. I'll just say that, and it's hilarious.
I don't know. I don't know what you're
if you get a quality interview out of Eli, you'll be the first.
Well, hey, listen. I am a super competitive and very, I like to be able to do that. We'd like to be able to do that, because I think Hannibal and I are different than the other people I think that Eli has been fucking around with. I can say that with some confidence, because I know Hannibal, and I know what's important to him, and he knows me. So I think we can have a good conversation. And if it goes sideways, it goes sideways. It is what it is. But that's not my intention going in. So
sadly, after 5 years, I have not seen one person that can get through with him. And that's not my goal. That's Pedro's goal. Pedro got that.
That's not my goal. I just know I could do it. No, this is not my goal. I could do it 100%.
Right.
That's not my goal. I'm not trying to change him, but I know I could do it if he needed it. That's what I'm saying.
And it's also a good point, Ms. Cobb. Eli he wants to help you.
I don't need no help, bro. I'm good.
Well, actually, I need some help. Well, not with any of this, but
everybody needs help. Maybe it's wrong for me to say
I need a maid. Is anybody to clean my house without? I need help with that. Like that takes a lot of time out of.
You got a maid?
I don't want a maid. I just want
do dishes, bro. You doing dishes at your house? I don't do.
I got a dishwasher.
Okay. I don't have a dishwasher. You got a dishwasher?
Dude, you gotta get a dishwasher, bro.
I don't have one. I got a dishwasher, but I don't have.
But okay, all right. Well, listen, or guys, someone watch this. I want someone just to tidy up and it's a lot. Not just a lot. I could focus on work. I gotta find somebody. But anyway, I'm digressed.
Listen, I've been to your place. It's not. I mean, did you hide? It's fine.
Oh yeah, that was a setup.
You pushed all the trash in some room. I didn't go.
Yeah, we threw it. It's like, listen. We waited till the last minute. He's coming. Got to clean this place up. That's the thing. The best way I learned, and I don't follow this as much. The best way to clean your house is clean as if you got someone coming. Because that's when I used to clean. When I knew Carla was coming over, before we came together, I was like, okay, I gotta clean this. I gotta clean my room. Take a shower. Gotta
clean my room.
I gotta clean my balls because I got a girl coming. I gotta clean. But when you don't give a shit, and it just like things start pile up. So
I have what I would. It's not been diagnosed, but I definitely have what I think is some form of like OCD or something. I'm pretty tidy with things. Like things have to be a certain way. Like I count shit. I look at it's weird. So like when I come home, like shit's got to be fucking in order.
Oh, so,
Like,
I wish I had that.
Find my peace. So Madison does a really good job of like making sure things are just kind of a certain way, so that when I come home, everything's chill. Because that's important to me, and there's certain things that are important to her, and I give her that. So
a messy environment kind of creates that messy mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I watch a lot of hoarders, and that just you can get anxiety when you walk in. And I've been in a hoarded home before. You get it. You just feel uncomfortable. You feel like just as much stuff just crowding around. It doesn't help you with your mental health.
Yeah,
y'all need some coaching. You know what, Bobby? Okay,
well,
what is worse? What is worse? Having Crocs on or enjoying fruity cocktails?
Bro, don't you want to go there with me tonight?
I could drink some nice whiskey. Some, I don't necessarily have to.
I could
drink the fruity cocktail.
I could drink that too, but I ain't putting on no goddamn Crocs. You're crazy, bro.
I'm wearing one right now.
I bet you are, and I'm drinking a fruity cocktail right now.
All right, you're gonna look at these colors, but don't laugh.
My daughter's too, and she has that. What are you talking about, bro?
That's what something. Listen, everyone, you put on a pair of Crocs, you can't tell me it's not comfortable. You can't tell me it's one of the most comfortable shoes.
I've never worn Crocs.
Thank you, Dad Dash. Thank you.
Dad Dash, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I'm banning you from my other channel too. Listen, that's blasphemy, okay? Now listen, I've never worn Crocs brand, but when I was working in kitchens, I did have these slip resistant shoes that looked like a Croc, kind of, right?
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
But they weren't Crocs, but they were Crocs. But I only wore them. They're easy to clean. You spray them off, they get dirty in the kitchen. But like, I would never think about wearing that as a fashionable.
It's not fashion.
What do you mean it's not fashion? If you put a pair of shoes on and step out, it's fashion.
I guess it's to wear them to be comfortable. And I could be on my feet all day. You think I'm wearing this because I think I look cool? It's over for me. I'm settled. What am I getting?
I think no. I think you think they look cool. Look, they had colors. They look like they had rainbows on the ones you just did.
They did. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
This friendship may end. There's no rainbows on it. It's just orange with some tan.
Are you against rainbows? What's wrong with rainbows?
There's nothing wrong with rainbows.
Okay. All right.
If you wear Crocs as a man, I assume you're confused about your. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. God, how dare you?
Damn it, Bobby.
I know it's such hate for Crocs, man. All right, fair enough. All right, so
he said cool Crocs. Drew,
right, so when
comment of the night, he said cool Crocs.
Listen,
that's funny.
So if a man wears Uggs boots, that's weird, right?
Yes. Well, I've seen some Uggs
the male one, the male looking
style. It depends on the style. I don't know.
Right. Not the one that you see women wear. Let me see.
I think the Ugg boots for men are probably okay. I don't have them, but
they're expensive as shit.
Yeah,
I know that. I remember that. I was like, well, I can't afford that.
I don't spend a lot of money on clothes, man. I just can't.
You got a lot of nerve bothering me. You know, these Crocs like $40.
That's not a lot of money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I mean, since we're talking about fashion, I guess we're all over the place tonight.
Well, I mean, this has been a great stream. I think we tackled a lot. This is our first monetized stream. So thank you guys for the super chats. I mean, it's been I think we had a really good conversation. Okay. I don't know if I can't wear fur on my shit, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's warm as hell. How cold is it in St. Louis?
I got a pair of pretty cold. I got a pair of Columbia black weatherproof boots I bought for like $20, and they are fantastic. Now I don't wear them fashion. I got them in my garage. I go play like disc golf with them. I shovel snow with them. If I go on a walk and it's wet out, I wear them. $20. I've had them for a couple years. They're just black and they're just little but they're fantastic. Yeah. Best shoes I've ever bought.
I haven't bought Tim's in years. I may get back on the Tim's. For this winter. Yeah.
Tim's are man. There's only one acceptable Timberland in my book. The classic,
the classic one. Yeah.
I see the ones with all those aren't tint, bro.
No. The classic color, the destruction, or some people have different color, like the black ones, but I like that regular, construction boots. What a crock of shit. Whatever, Bad Squash.
Bad Squash. We need to give you a wrench, bro. You got a wrench yet? I'm handing some wrenches out tonight. Let me see. Maybe.
Well, I see a lot of people out wearing Crocs. Thank you. That may be a negative thing, but just saying, I appreciate it. The boots with the fur. No, you didn't. You didn't say it.
Apple bottom. Hannibal wears apple bottom jeans too. I saw him in Brooklyn. He has some apple bottom jeans. They were like light blue. I was like, "What the fuck's this guy got on?" We're going to a Nas concert. He had Crocs and apple bottom jeans.
I fit right along with everybody there. I tell you right now.
You sure did. Yeah, you did.
Shut your eyes up. Man. We gotta go back to. Is anything happening in St. Louis? There's no reason for me to go and check out.
You know what? The one thing that's happening, and my girl wanted me to get tickets because she wants to go see this guy, Pete Davidson, the comedian, the goofy looking dude. I guess he's doing a comedy show here. The tickets.
Is he funny?
I don't know.
I don't find him funny.
I don't find him funny, but she likes him. So $300 a ticket. I'm like, no, we're not going to that show.
Because women find him attractive.
You know why?
I don't get it.
Because attractive women, because he's banged a lot of attractive chicks.
Oh, I've heard that theory.
That's why.
But then why they decided to do that?
Because he's banged a lot. It started with one or two, and
someone got to someone started. Who started it?
Yeah.
He's just maybe a charming guy.
He's probably very charming.
He pulled Kim Kardashian. I know a lot of people don't think, but
he pulled Kate Beckinsale, bro. I mean, that's like a dime. Kate Beckinsale, like from Brit.
Yeah. I just don't find him all that hilarious.
He pulled Emily. He's pulled some chicks. So, anyways, my girl wanted. I was like, $300? Nah, we ain't got that in the budget. We're not spending $600.
Oh, ain't that some shit? Lauryn Hill and the Fugees was supposed to come to St. Louis, and it canceled.
Well, I didn't know that. Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah, they got to reschedule a show. That I would go see that, but I know the problem is that Lauryn Hill cancels shows a lot, or she's really late. So that's one thing everyone says. Like she's great.
It's worth the price of admission though for that. I mean, that's one that I would. We talked today. You sent me the song from the Roots. That's a concert I love.
Oh yeah, I got to find out. That's one of my bucket lists.
That would be fantastic, man. The Roots. Yeah. I mean, all them guys together. That would be fantastic.
I would travel to go whatever the Roots is. So you'll figure out. I mean, live concerts are the best. You gotta check out something. If you have your favorite artists, go and check them live. It's a big difference between that and listening to the on your phone or whatever. Let's see. There's a question I missed it. Y'all heard? I've heard of this person.
Oh yeah, I've seen some interviews with him.
I don't know too much like where he came from. I know he's really outrageous with his takes. Mm-hmm. But I don't know really what he's all about. I
don't know where he popped up either. I don't know if he's a plant or what, but he's got some outrageous takes. He says some things that I kind of can agree with, and then other things I don't. But he's kind of one of those red pill kind of like out there,
but like extra with it,
very much extra. Yeah.
We'll see. But other than that, man, is anything else we want to? Anything going on?
No,
I would say we have a good idea of what we're expecting. Hopefully, he watches this. Have an idea of what we bring into the table.
Yeah.
And if he does a show between now and Wednesday saying I'm not interested, we'll just say, all right, cool. And we won't. We'll just move on.
Not gonna bash him or trash him. You guys could feel how you want about it. I mean, on Wednesday, I'm sure we'll bring it up if he's not there, but. It is what it is. I mean, he's already said he's going to show up. So he's a man of his word. And if a coach says he's going to show up and coach, he's got to show up and coach. He can't not show up. So I expect Eli to be here on Wednesday. So.
Yeah. And we will have another show. I don't know if we'll just do it next, that Monday next show, or maybe a special show where you guys that can, interested to come on the panel and we'll just talk about that, right?
I think I think we should do. I think Monday, because this Wednesday was going to be the Halloween thing, but I think Monday, the night before Halloween. We do the Halloween
Oh, yeah,
costume
the
thing.
Halloween.
And we'll
thing,
do the
yeah, sorry,
Halloween
what was it?
stream Monday. And then next week, a week from this Wednesday, we can do the panel of you guys talking about dissecting the interview. And I think that makes sense.
You don't think
right?
it'd be too old by then? A whole
No, I
week
don't
of
think so.
pass?
No, I think we'll be okay. I think people will still, I think we'll be fine. I mean, if something pops up and you guys feel different, you guys can let us know in the comment section or the chat. But I think I think that'll work.
Yeah, if you guys feel differently, send it, because I don't mind doing another show. I don't know if Pedro's, he may be busy. He may not have time for the rest of the week. I don't know. He's a busy man. You got some stuff set up.
Oh, you're talking about like after Wednesday?
Yeah.
I can make time. If it's nighttime, I got time because the girls are sleeping. So we can figure that out if we need to. Yeah.
You know, we'll see. Put in the comments below if you think we should do it right after the conversation, like a day after, or can you wait till next Wednesday, or we, we'll figure something. I think Monday we're gonna be. Monday we're gonna have the Halloween. I already got my mask. It is weird. It's goofy.
I'm curious to see. Yeah, because we're not going to share that with each other. We're going to see it for the first time with y'all together. So
I put it on and like I held my girl and she was like, "You weird. You weirded me out." It's like this. I was trying to like bring my face. She didn't want it. My son, he found it fast. He put it on as well. But I'm no spoilers. It's just a goofy dumbass. You may have to run the clicking of all of the chats and shit.
Oh, really? That. Okay.
Yeah, I can't see.
I can handle that.
I'm not gonna be able to see all this shit.
Figure it out.
But yeah, the Discord link is on the pin comment on the chat. Come in, talk to us. What do you think? We got from here to Wednesday. You could put in your suggestions on what to ask. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's still a bad idea? Whatever. Yeah. All comments are welcomed. Again, appreciate all the super chats. We really, really appreciate it. And some of the members who already joined in, Stevie and John, Carl, you guys are amazing. Fantastic. I mean, more than I ever expected, to be honest. I thought, it's funny, I even necessarily to mention it. It's just a fantastic thing that, we finally are monetizing. We definitely could build this and push this show forward. So,
yeah, absolutely. 110%. And, thanks for the super chats, y'all. I see some people just joined I'm getting notifications on my Discord. Thanks for joining that. And just know that we're all, we talk about a lot of different things here. So if you like this kind of podcast style, we got podcasts you guys could watch as you're out there doing your work or working out or listening. We got all kinds of topics, and Hannibal does a really great job of describing what they are. So check out the previous ones out as well if you're just kind of new to this channel, because we got some good ones out there that in the beginning maybe a lot of people didn't watch, but we got some hot takes and we have some good conversations here. So check out the previous stuff if you're interested in the channel. So
yes, 100% agree with Pedro. On that note, tomorrow Wednesday is going to be a big show. So you definitely, I'm going to put the thing up right before before I go to bed. So we'll see our first full guests. I mean, we had guests in the past, but this is going to be full show dedicated to this conversation. And I think it's going to be, or at least I'm coming in with the idea is going to be a productive conversation. Absolutely. That's where I'm coming in. Me too.
Absolutely. 100%.
Thank you, Koala. I appreciate congratulations to you for being with us, sticking by us from the very beginning.
She's been with us since day one.
Yeah. She's an amazing person. So thank you for being here, spending time to talk to us. And thank you. First time watching. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Hopefully you'll be back with us on Wednesday. Definitely we'll have a great time there. So,
and I want you guys to, for those of you in the Discord, I want you guys to make sure Hannibal's not late on Wednesday. Okay, so give him shit, remind him, set an alarm, Hannibal, for Wednesday. We can't be showing up at 9:05, 9:09. So I know CP time, I can get it, but I want y'all to hold him accountable.
Yeah. If I show up late, that'll be bad. They're like, damn, this guy's he's falling. He's just in stereotype.
Shit, man.
All right, guys. On that note, have a fantastic night. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.